Thanks for joining me. This lecture topic is entitled Analyzing Results with JMeter Listeners. In this section, we are covering the analysis portion of the JMeter Performance Test Strategy. There are several solutions for analyzing JMeter test results. One common area of solutions are open source solutions like JMeter Listeners, JMeter Dashboard Reporting, JMeter Plugins, and JMeter Result and Analysis plugin. Sorry about that. The analysis process can start with the listener element tools that exist in JMeter IDE. They offer decent response time and throughput data. However, the plugins and other external tools extend JMeter analytics to yield incredibly useful results. If you are already looking at JMeter on your computer, it may not be installed with the plugin manager, so you will not see some of what I am going to talk about regarding listeners. Do not fret over this. In a later lecture and demo session, I will reintroduce you to details on the plugins. Bear with me on this. As for listeners, in the previous lab sessions, we talked about some listeners. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be somewhat repetitive in this discussion. The most common JMeter listeners are in the Add Listeners list from the test plan element or from a right click on the thread group element. The listener elements that seem the most useful are the View Results Tree, Summary Report, and Aggregate Report. Let's talk about the View Results Tree. The View Results Tree report is a type of log report which provides a text or HTML report of the events processed by the test execution. For each event, it is a red or green flag to report the status, red for failure and green for passed event. Each event may have sent and received response data. As an example, for HTTP requests, the report will show the request data sent and the packet header and body data received. The View Results Tree listener also can in real time send the output collected to a file for further analysis or reporting. The amount of data sent can be controlled by limiting the output to error information only or success information only. When using a file to offload data, JMeter will monitor the use of the file and ask how you want to manage it unless you add a control to the JMeter properties file in the JMeter bin directory. This pop-up window will appear at the test launch time in JMeter. The reason is for JMeter to understand how you want to manage the JTL file specified for the report output. It documents on the second information line what to do, or you can continue responding to the prompt to append or overwrite. If you choose to update the property configuration file, then do the following in JMeter properties file. First, uncomment the property line by removing the hashtag or hash mark. You can choose a different value instead of ask. You could use append or delete, and then save the file and restart JMeter. One more thing about the View Results Tree report. There is much more capabilities associated with the use of this report. There is a pull-down menu button where you can see the word text. When you select the pull-down menu, you will be exposed to several options. Probably one of that might become useful to you is the HTML option. This option allows you to see some of the pages rendered. It is not the best feature, but it can be useful. Now for the summary report. The other reports provide metrics data that is useful for analyzing response time measurements, throughput rate, and data measurements. The reporting can be at the event level or transaction level, depending on how you group the events with the transaction controller element. These three reports are a good start for getting good feedback on how the test is progressing and how the application is responding. If the user concurrency and test duration are kept low, these reports are useful and fine to use in the GUI test mode. Please also note that there is a Save Table Data button near the bottom of the page that can be used to send the output to a file with the CSV extension. This allows the data to be open in Excel or some other editor that supports CSV files. I have used Excel for graphical reporting of the data from these reports. It's an easy way to merge several days' worth of this kind of output to create a baseline comparison report for analysis. My time has ended for this session. I thank you for yours. Join me in the next video.